Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking a vertical journey right through the absolute wonder that is the Amazon rainforest. Our goal? We're going to map 20 incredible, legendary creatures directly to their primary habitats. Why do this? Well, seeing exactly where an animal lives is honestly the best way to understand how it survives. We're building a comprehensive classroom summary of this ecosystem, layer by layer. But first, to really appreciate these creatures, we have to appreciate their home. Stretching across 9 South American countries and covering more than 5.5 million square kilometers, the Amazon is just this massive, pulsing ecosystem. It actually harbors nearly 1 in every 10 known species on the entire planet. It's the largest tropical rainforest on Earth, full of creatures hiding in silence, insects glowing in the dark, and birds that literally paint the skies. To build our classroom summary today, we're going to categorize these creatures into 3 distinct layers. We'll start with rivers and wetlands, move up to the forest floor, then hit the rainforest canopy, before finally wrapping up with protecting our natural treasures. Before we begin our ascent, we need to quickly define the core concept of today's explainer: biological adaptation. It's basically a specialized physical trait or behavior that helps an organism survive in its specific habitat. Just look at the incredible glasswing butterfly here. It has these tiny, transparent scales that let light pass completely through its wings, making it almost invisible to predators when it flies. It's one of nature's greatest examples of camouflage, and it perfectly sets the stage for the highly specialized survival strategies we're about to dive into.
Section 1. Rivers and Wetlands. Survival in the Murky Depths.
Our journey starts completely submerged in a murky, complex world that's home to some highly specialized aquatic hunters. Down in these dark waters, we find the electric eel, which, fun fact, isn't actually an eel at all. It's a type of knife fish. To survive, it uses specialized organs to generate massive shocks of over 800 volts. That's more than enough to stun prey or fend off predators. But it doesn't just use electricity as a weapon. It also gives off weaker electrical pulses that act like a natural sonar system, helping it expertly navigate those muddy depths where vision is pretty much useless. Now compare a typical ocean dolphin on the left with the Amazon's boto, or pink river dolphin, on the right. Ocean dolphins have fused neck vertebrae, which is great for high-speed swimming in open water. But the pink river dolphin, which, by the way, gradually turns its famous pink color as it ages, has a remarkably flexible neck. Why? Well, during the rainy season, the Amazon floods, and this incredible adaptation lets the dolphin effortlessly weave right through the dense, submerged trunks of the flooded forests to hunt. All this abundant water also breeds some absolute giants. Take the green anaconda. It grows over 30 feet long and weighs more than 250 kilograms, spending its life hidden beneath the murky water, just waiting to ambush and squeeze its prey with incredible strength. Then there's the black caiman, an ancient 6-meter apex reptile so massive it occasionally eats jaguars. We've also got giant otters, growing up to 6 feet long and fiercely hunting fish in highly coordinated family groups. Rounding out the aquatic giants is the capybara. Weighing over 65 kilograms, it's the world's largest rodent, famously gentle and entirely dependent on the riverbanks for survival. So, the rivers demand things like sonar, flexible necks, and sheer aquatic size. But what happens when we leave the water behind and step onto the dark, dense forest floor? What unique adaptations are required to survive down there? Let's take a look. Section 2. The forest floor. Masters of disguise and defense. Down here among the wet jungle leaves and fallen debris, light is extremely scarce, which locks predators and prey in a high-stakes evolutionary game of hide-and-seek. The undisputed king of this wet, earthy domain is the jaguar. While typical big cats like lions usually avoid water and hunt on dry plains, jaguars absolutely thrive on the boundary between the forest floor and the river. They swim effortlessly. They rely on their beautifully spotted camouflage near the water's edge to stay invisible, and crucially, they boast the strongest bite of any big cat relative to body size. We're talking powerful enough to crush river turtle shells and pierce crocodile skulls. Now, in stark contrast to the jaguar's stealthy approach, the forest floor is also home to creatures that really want you to see them. The tiny poison dart frog, which is sometimes less than 2 inches long, uses brilliant neon colors to broadcast a very deadly message: stay away. Its skin is packed with toxins so powerful they can easily kill predators. This adaptation is so incredibly effective that indigenous tribes have historically used these exact toxins to coat the tips of their hunting darts. If you don't have deadly poison, invisibility is your ultimate defense, or your ultimate hunting strategy. The leaf-tailed gecko stays absolutely motionless during the day, perfectly mimicking jagged, dead leaves down to the natural imperfections and veins. The glass frog takes a totally different approach. It has a completely transparent underside that reveals its beating heart and internal organs, an adaptation scientists think helps camouflage it against wet jungle foliage. And then there's the bushmaster snake. As South America's longest venomous snake, it doesn't even chase its prey. It just waits, perfectly camouflaged among the fallen leaves, motionless for hours until it launches a lightning-fast ambush. The dense debris of the forest floor also hides smaller, heavily armed terrors. The bullet ant is legendary down here, delivering one of the most painful stings known to science, literally compared to the pain of being shot by a bullet. It shares this dark layer with massive, lightning-fast invertebrates like the 30-centimeter Amazonian giant centipede, which uses venomous claws to hunt bats and snakes. Oh, and the Goliath bird eater, the world's largest spider by mass, boasting a leg span of nearly a foot. Yeah, definitely watch your step. So we've navigated the murky waters and tiptoed through the dangerous, camouflaged forest floor. But escaping the perilous ground, let's look up. Who rules the skies high above the Amazon? Section 3. The Rainforest Canopy. Life in the Treetops. We're now climbing into a suspended world, hundreds of feet in the air, featuring incredible color, bizarre diets, and creatures living far above the ground. The absolute apex predator of the canopy is the harpy eagle. On the left, you can see a standard mammalian predator's claws, specifically a grizzly bear. On the right, the talons of the harpy eagle. They're actually larger than a grizzly's claws. Soaring with a massive 2-meter wingspan and eyesight several times sharper than ours, this eagle evolved these massive talons for one specific purpose: to pluck heavy monkeys and sloths directly from the high branches. In total contrast to the silent, deadly flight of the eagle, the scarlet macaw fills the canopy with noise and color. With their brilliant shades of red, yellow, and blue, these are highly intelligent, extremely social birds. And what's truly amazing is they can live for over 50 years. Over that half-century, they form lifelong pair bonds, and their loud calls echo through the forest canopy long before you ever actually see them. Because the canopy is just so unique, it fosters some highly specialized diets and behaviors. The pygmy marmoset, for instance, is the smallest monkey on Earth, weighing less than an apple. It uses sharp teeth to physically drill tiny holes into tree bark to drink the sweet sap. Then there's the hoatzin, nicknamed the stink bird. It actually ferments leaves inside a specialized cow-like stomach, which produces a pretty strong odor. And finally, the golden lion tamarin. With its glowing golden fur, this small primate was once on the brink of extinction, but dedicated conservation efforts have helped its population recover. It's a true beacon of hope up in the canopy. Section 4. Protecting our natural treasures. Synthesizing the Amazon ecosystem. As we conclude our vertical ascent through these incredible layers, let's review how these wonderfully adapted creatures fit into the larger Amazonian machine. We've mapped all 20 legends to their primary habitats in this classroom summary table. Notice just how distinct these environments are. Whether a creature needs to navigate flooded forests like the river dolphin, hide amongst dead leaves like the leaf-tailed gecko, or soar above the treetops with massive talons like the harpy eagle, its specific environment entirely dictates its evolutionary survival strategy. Every single trait we've discussed today is a direct answer to a problem posed by the Amazon's unique geography. The Amazon rainforest remains one of Earth's greatest mysteries. Scientists estimate that literally thousands of species are still waiting to be discovered, right under that endless green canopy. Protecting this extraordinary ecosystem isn't just about saving the known wildlife we map today, it's about preserving the unknown. It's about protecting the planet's greatest biological secrets. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I leave you with this final thought to ponder. With so much left unexplored, what fascinating, bizarre biological adaptation do you think is waiting to be found tomorrow?